Stay Gurubhyo Namaga children, you are welcome for online class Ekkalaiva. Class 11, this is your part 3 supplementary reader. Second supplementary reader. So here we found that Slitherby was just not lending the money to Betty, and Salpenjago's family member, one of the member, was just cursing him for not lending the money, and he was just moving. A shot in the dark. So here it is very clear the guessing of him is wrong. Sometimes it will be guessing will be right. So if you just shoot in a dark, you will not be able to shoot correctly. There is a little right will be 10% it will be right, 90% it will be wrong. So like that, Slitherby also goes wrong. And because of this, he was just cursing and just walking with his luggage. The train moved on, leaving the Soyodist in care of a Salpenjago family, cursing furiously on the platform. Well, he hasn't opened his fishing expedition by catching a flat, chuckled Slitherby. He could have an entertaining story to recount at dinner that evening, and his clever little trap would earn him applause as a man of resource and astuteness. He was still telling his adventure in imagination to an attentive audience of a dinner guest when the train drew up at his destination. On the platform he was greeted sedately by a tall footman and noisily by clodder people, Casey, who had apparently travelled down by the same train. So he was travelling, and while till the next station, he was just thinking in his mind that he has a lot of stories to share with his Salpenjago's family members on that dinner day time. So he was having a story, and he will be prove how intelligent and wise he was. So this was in his mind running, and as this was running, the next station approached, and his friend Casey was just standing there and ready to welcome. He was a tall man. He's there ready, and he was just welcoming, who had apparently travelled down by the same train. So he also travelled in the same train in the next compartment. Now he is there, just got down, and he was just ready to invite him. Hello Slitherby, you spending the weekend at Brill? Good, excellent. We will have a round of golf together tomorrow. I will give you your revenge for Herlick. Not a bad course here, as inland courses go. Here we are. Here's the car waiting for us, and very nice too. So here he is just greeting him, Slitherby, and he's saying, you're spending the weekend at Brill. Good, excellent. So great of you. We'll have a round of golf together. So we'll have a game with golf game there together tomorrow. I will give you your revenge for Hoylake. So Hoylake, they already played golf, and there he had lost his game, and he want to take a revenge here tomorrow in the game, and he want to win. Not a bad course here, and as inland courses go, here we are. Here's the car waiting for. So here we are, the car is waiting for us. Let us go in the car. So he is just telling this. The car which won the Casey's uproar was a sumptuous looking vehicle which seemed to embody the lost word in the elegance, comfort, and locomotive power. Its graceful lines and symmetrical design masked the fact that it was an enormous wheeled structure combining the features of a hotel lounge and an engine room. So it was like a big car, and it was like a small engine and a room in a hotel. So it is a lounge in a hotel. So you'll be having a lounge where you will be sitting very comfortable, and with that engine. So like that, it is so big, and the car was there, and it was very comfortable for them, and they just gone there in the So it was combining the feature of a hotel lounge and an engine room. So how he feels is, if you go for a 5-star hotel, you will be having all sophisticated things there. So like that, with the engine, the room had been booked. Like that, the car was so sophisticated one, and it was very large and big size, and it was very enormous, and it was for 2 person, it is a big thing, and he felt very comfortable in that. Different sort of vehicle to be post-chaise in which our grandfathers used to travel, exclaimed the lawyer appreciatively, and for Slitherby's benefit he began running over the chief points of perfection in fitting the mechanism of the car. So different sort of vehicles are to the post-chaise in which our grandfathers used to travel. So he was telling that my grandfather used to travel in different way of vehicles, but this one is very great, exclaimed the lawyer appreciatively, and Slitherby's benefit he began running over the chief points of perfection in fitting and mechanism of the car. So he is talking about the mechanism of the car. He says that his grandfather had travelled many vehicle, and this one was very costly and very comfortable one. Slitherby heard not a single word, noted not one of the details that were being expounded to him. His eyes were fixed on the door panel, on which were displayed 2 crests, a greyhound cornet and a demi-lion holding in its paw a crosslet. So when he was just looking in the door, he saw 2 stump crowns crests. One is a greyhound cornet and the other one is demi-lion holding in its paw a crosslet. So this was actually said by Betty when he was travelling in the train. This was not accepted by Slitherby, but now when he come across these 2 stamps on the crest of the 2 stamps on the door, he was just having no words for his mouth, and he was not listening to anybody. He was just staring those things and just sitting. The Casey was not the sort of a man to notice and observe silence on the part of a companion. So Casey was going on talking, and he was just having a doubt why his companion was keeping quiet. He had been silent himself for nearly an hour. So for an hour he didn't open his mouth. He was sitting quietly in the train, and his tongue was making up for lost things. So he was keeping quietly in the train for an hour, and now his tongue is not keeping quiet, so he was just talking. And his tongue was making up for the lost time. Political gossip, personal anecdote, and general observation flowed from him in an uninterrupted stream as the car sped along. And the car was just moving speedily. He was just not stopping his mouth. He was just going on talking. He was talking about political gossips and personal anecdotes and general observations which he flowed in from his mouth. He was just going on talking. As the car sped along the country roads, so the car was just going on a speed on the country road. From the inner history of the Dublin labour troubles and the private life of Prince Destinate of Albania, he progressed with an easy volubility to an account of an alleged happening at the 9th hole at Sandwich. So he was going on talking on topics by topics, and he is not stopping, because for 1 hour, he was just keeping quiet, so his mouth is not keeping quiet. Casey is just talking, and he was just, and this was not listened by the companion Slitherby. So he was, and the verbatim report of a remark made by the Duchess of Patshire at Tango Tea. Just as the car turned in the Brill entrance gates, the Casey captured Slitherby's attention by switching his remark to the personality of their hostess. So when the car turns the house Brill entrance gate, and he is getting ready to meet his hostess. Brilliant woman, level-headed, a clear thinker, knows exactly when to take up an individual or a cause, exactly when to let him or it drop. Influential woman, but spoils herself and her chance by being too restless. No repose, good appearance too, still she made that idiotic change. So here they were just giving a topic. Brilliant woman. She was a brilliant woman. Level-headed means she was so great and a clear thinker. She'll be very great in thinking. Knows exactly when to take up an individual or a cause. So when to take an individual or a cause or anything at the right time, right decision she will be taking. And exactly when to let him or it down. So when to speak about him or when to let him down or whom to make him up or raise up or whom to let down. This all very clearly she knows. Influential woman but spoils herself. So here she was very influential woman. She knows everybody but spoils herself. She spoils herself and her chance by being too restless. So she is not taking rest at all, very restless, moving here and there, and because of that she is spoiling her names. No repose. No repose means no rest for her. Always day and night she is working. Very good appearance too. She was having very good appearance too. Till she made the idiotic change. She was having a very good appearance, but idiotically she made a mistake. That idiotic change made her appearance not good. Change? Queried Slitherby. What change? What change you don't mean to say? Oh, of course. You have only known her just lately. She used to have a beautiful dark brown hair. So she blonded her hair. So there was a color change in the hair. She was actually having a brown color hair like her son. And the son was having a brown color like her mother. And what he was speaking all true. And now she had changed that idiotic change because it changed the color of the hair, and previously it was brown and it was shoots her very beautifully. She used to have a beautiful dark brown hair which went very well with her fresh complexion. So she was having a fresh complexion, so with that complexion that brown hair was going with her. Then one day about 5 weeks ago, she electrified everybody by appearing as a brilliant blonde, quite ruined her looks. Here we are, I say, what's the matter with you? You look rather ill. So now he was saying, you have become very ill, what happened to you? So now he understood very clearly his guess was wrong. So a short and a dog is a topic given to it because Slitherby was not guessed the younger Betty correctly. He was talking all the truth. He would have lended him a money means he have every hope to say that, and when he comes home he can meet clear. So here this lady had changed her color. Actually it was brown in color. The hair was dark brown in color and it had been changed by her only 5 weeks ago, and this was not known to his own son also because he was out of station. For a 6 month he had not met his mother. So 5 weeks means just imagine it comes within a 1 month and 1 week. And so this was not known to her son. She was telling how she was 6 months before. And 1 week, 5 weeks ago she had changed her color and it doesn't suit her. Now when this all explained to the Slitherby realized Betty was true and he was just talking and he had not helped him. So he feels very sad for it. And he was, the matter with, you look rather ill. So that's why he is looking ill. Okay. So it is very clear, children. I think you understood the lesson, and the caption, the heading goes very clearly with a shoot in a dark. So that means guessing wrongly. So Slitherby guessed wrongly. Betty, the younger son of Salpen Jago, and he just tells lies he thought, but actually he tells when he come to know that it was a true, he felt very sad for that. So that was the story. I hope that you enjoyed the lesson, you understood the lesson. Yes. So here they both traveling and the son tells them that to lend him money because he left the thing, and he was even telling about the stamp which they were having two, and it was one was Salpen Jagos and one was Salpen, and this was not understood. He was asking about the color and appearance of the hair, and about her mother. He was telling that like his brown hair, his mother is also having, but she had blonded. This was not known to the Slitherby. He mistook and he guesses wrongly. So that is the lesson. He guesses wrongly. A shot at the dark. So you enjoy the lesson, children. Thank you very much. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you, children. We'll meet in the next class.